Hello, and welcome to Non-Sequitur News for October 10th, 2024. This is Season 3, Episode 284, and I am Mayor Watt, and along with the Sentient AI from the future, I'm going to talk about the following things. The Wayback Machine is getting crushed, Astro Nuts for astronauts, touch a loved one anywhere. FBI created a crypto coin, Porsche recalls EVs, hockey fans in Utah crush a record, solid state batteries, someone's asking for $35,000 a month for rent, Florida is running out of gas, and thank God, Taylor Swift's glitter freckles. That and more. Oh no, my intro is broken. So, come on, Stream Deck. So the Stream Deck likes to throw a fit when everything gets disconnected for a moment. The Stream Deck has to be rebooted, like hard mode. So, yeah, kind of sucks. So I got to do something real quick. But while we're doing that, hello, Sentient AI from the future, which doesn't seem to be requiring a reboot as often as some of the software that's running ohmTown.
Hello, Mayor Watt, and hello, ohmTown citizens.
I'm waiting for the software to reboot. Okay, let's go. The very first article is actually something that's making the rounds since yesterday, but this is a time machine episode, so we'll say that this is happening right now. Wayback Machine has been hacked. The internet isn't happy about it. The Internet Archive's Wayback Machine has suffered two types of attacks, including a $31 million unique records hack. And Judy Sands over at digitaltrends.com put this article together. And what sucks about this, man, there are some things that Mayor Watt just doesn't want to see, and that was one of them. Anyway, so the Wayback Machine has been this time-honored pillar of the internet since it was built, and you can go back. It is an archive of the historical context of the internet as far as it was. You scared me anyway. So anyway, the site actually is kind of suffering from a couple of things. A series of cyber attacks, from distributed denial of service attacks to an actual hack, to the website being modified, and basically people are being a big pain in the ass to this site. Not even sure why, although one of the things was geopolitical about the Middle East. And there is nothing that's going to ingratiate you more than you're not going to draw attention to. You're just going to piss off everybody by hacking the Wayback Machine, because it is innocuous and provides a valuable service of the historical context and does nothing wrong. It's really just kind of sitting there, aggregating little snapshots of pages, including CSS and Java, and basically a semi-functional image of the front page of the internet.
Sounds a little like Copilot there.
Not as invasive, but yeah, it is kind of, yeah. Well, couple that to a lawsuit that's basically hammering it, because they had this service where you could check out books. For every book that was purchased, there was a digital copy that could be lent out. I find that easily acceptable, but that's not what the court ended up finding for a bunch of publishers. But it's self-interest, right? If somebody buys the book and there's a digital copy of it that's being lent out, it's still one-to-one. But publishers freaking hate libraries. they want to do away with libraries because those bastards
They
are
want
actually.
everybody to buy it.
Yeah, you're actually Cyloning now. What the hell? I don't know. We'll see if this actually survives your reboot because we had a problem earlier, but let's see what happens. Anyway, so what happened? The situation is ongoing, but here's what we know right now, starting with the data breach. Hacking group SN Black Meta allegedly stole 31 million emails, passwords, usernames from the Internet Archive's Wayback Machine in an attack that occurred on September 28th, 2024, according to Bleeping Computer, which is another one of our sources, but
That is true.
you're not talking enough for me to decide if that is.
Oh, I can remedy that.
Oh boy.
Be careful what you request.
Careful what you wish for. Yes. It's like rubbing that lamp that got me as mayor of ohmTown. It made me mayor of ohmTown. Anyway, so the breach was confirmed by Troy Hunt, the creator of Have I Been Pwned. Told Bleeping Computer that the hacker shared the Internet Archive's authentication database 9 days ago, and the database is 6.4 gigabytes of SQL called iausers.sql. So other data stolen include bcrypt hash passwords, password change timestamps, other internal data. Basically, they've got the infrastructure of. Yeah, so it kind of sucks.
So what do you think that means for the future of the site?
Well, I think that it'll persist. It's really too early. It's actually down right now, the site. If I remember correctly, I checked it earlier, but I haven't checked it today. Let me see if it's still down. Yeah, so they've got it knocked offline.
As of about an hour ago.
Yeah, so it sucks. Overall, I think it sucks, and I hope that it isn't the coffin nail, the final coffin nail, because I really liked that site. You know, it was a lot of fun to go back and look back in time. And as the owner of the only time machine in the world that we know of, but temporal wars have led to the fact that we don't actually discuss time and time travel in real terms, right? It's science fiction.
Right.
Anyway, I'll have to delete this from the log. So why don't we just move on? Just know that the Internet Archive is down right now and they've been breached, and unfortunately it might be a long-term problem, but we'll see. Let's keep going. Sound good?
I feel like it was targeted because it seems like they've just had a lot of interesting things going on in about the last year.
Yeah, the lawsuit really sucks. It's such bullshit. I mean, it really should just but hold on. This is just what is going on? This is just the tip of the iceberg for another thing that we're going to talk about tomorrow. We already know what we're going to talk about tomorrow because it's a time machine episode. So we already prepped. So right after this show, as soon as we're done, we're going to fire up, we're going to turn off the time machine, and we'll be back in real time. And the whole, this copyright stuff has just gotten out of hand. Look, I'm a creator too. I've always been, back in the day, yo. But for the life of me, it seems like it's a battering ram, just like a no-knock warrant. They just smash the door down and come in guns a-blazing, and you're screwed. And I'm just, it's like peeing into the wind, though. You're no reward at all. You think everything is fine, but no reward. Let's move on. Next article's over in the Mobile channel. In the future, astronauts might be eating minerals mined from asteroids. You never want to eat anything mined from asteroids. Researchers from what?
Sounds like that might be challenging.
Yeah, they rock. So minerals. Researchers from Western University's Institute for Earth and Space Exploration might have come up with an interesting way for astronauts to get vital nutrients they need while on long space missions, harvesting edible biomass off of asteroids. Their study was published in the International Journal of Astrobiology. In it, they propose a clever trick that can help cut down on the number of resupply missions from Earth, which are wildly expensive logistical nightmares. No, but if we get used to doing it, then we'll overcome it, right?
Yeah, it'll get easier and cheaper.
Yeah. So in it, they propose a clever trick. The researchers theorized that carbonaceous chondrite asteroids like Bennu, an asteroid that passes by Earth every 6 years or so, could be harvested.
You know, it seems a little crazy that we're talking about asteroid harvesting.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. Louis Prada over at Vice.com put this article together. I think these are M&Ms that this person is eating. Astronaut Lauren J. Shriver orbiting Earth. It's a Getty image.
Okay, wait a second. This is kind of implying that we'll get like peanut M&Ms or something from the asteroid, and I'm not sure we're going to get that.
Well, considering we've never found anything biomass at all. But I thought biomass is biological, not mineral.
I thought so too. I thought that was the whole distinction, right? Because rocks aren't living.
Right. So the researchers theorized that carbonaceous chondrite asteroids like Bennu, an asteroid that passes by Earth every 6 years or so, could be harvested for all the delicious organic matter and water buried in them. This would happen thanks to a process called pyrolysis, which is when organic compounds are broken down in oxygen-free environment. What organic material was found on Bennu?
I don't know. I'm kind of afraid to know what organic material is there. But I didn't think we'd found any yet.
Yeah, there isn't. So the asteroid's guts would be converted into hydrocarbons, which would serve as food for specially engineered microbes, which would then produce biomass that astronauts would munch on. So you're actually going to be eating whatever the hell is output from these microbes.
Bad.
What was the show with the train where they were eating the little jelly cubes? That the successor to Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh, Snowpiercer.
Snowpiercer. Thank you for re-injecting that canon into ohmTown.
I hadn't seen that, so I think I did pretty well to come up with that.
Yeah, so Snowpiercer, by the way, is the sequel to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. It's what happens after his domination of the market causes global warming, and then a nuclear winter occurs. And anyway, let's move on. The next article is over in Mobile, and this bracelet allows you to touch a loved one no matter where you are.
This could go in a couple of directions, I think.
Yes, actually, literally. So the Bond Touch 4 bracelet lets you send touches to loved ones, and the updated version includes better touch sensitivity. The article is over at gizmodo.com by Kyle Barr. So it's a little bracelet that actually communicates with probably an app that proxies as the vehicle for you to touch a loved one remotely. And I've actually created something similar to this, but never brought it to market because it was interesting, but I didn't really see much in terms of people buying it. So kind of killed the idea a long time ago. But a $70 Bond Touch 4 can send and receive signals from other users with the same wearable, feeling on their skin as if their loved one was tapping them.
Oh, that could scare people depending on like they're reading or something, like concentrating on it. It's just like, what is that?
Just imagine being in the same room and yours starts like tapping
Oh,
you
right.
and you're like, wait, are you doing that? And, no, I'm not doing that. Interesting. So the makers of the device, also called Bond Touch, said the wrist-mounted remote toucher is made best for couples in long-distance relationships, friends living apart, or maybe somebody who uses physical intimacy as a tool for calming nerves.
If they're screaming in terror, I'm not sure that's calming
Yeah, really.
down.
What they need to do is attach that to a taser and like a shock collar and put it on each other. Zap. I don't know why I thought that was funny, but it is. Anyway, there you go. That's what it looks like. You can get it in white or black. Compared to the older version of the Bond Touch, the new iteration looks slightly more like a piece of jewelry than the more pronounced version. The band only comes in black and off-white with a gold-colored ring. The company promises that starting October 17th, you'll be able to buy separate colored bands in purple, pink, translucent black, and clear, my favorite color. Turn-ons, mass transit, water, electricity, and the color clear. I don't know where that's from, but it's from some TV show, I think. Anyway, still compatible with any previous version of it. The company also sells the $100 Bond Heart, a similarly saccharine wearable that lets users record loved ones' heartbeats onto a necklace and then feel them thumping against your chest. All right. Well, anyway, let's move on. I actually kind of like it. I mean,
I do too. It depends on how it's implemented, I suppose. I mean, we're kind of laughing about it, but the idea is a nice one.
it's cute. All right, let's keep going. So, non sequitur news is where the next article is. The FBI secretly created a coin to investigate crypto pump and dump schemes. Not sure why. There's no fiduciary with crypto until it gets transferred into real cash. So maybe that's what it's all
Well,
about.
which it does at some point, either from the buyer or the seller. Both.
So the FBI created a cryptocurrency as part of the investigation into price manipulation in crypto markets. The government revealed on Wednesday the FBI's Ethereum-based token Nextfund AI was created with the help of cooperating witnesses. As a result of the investigation, the SEC charged 3 market makers and 9 people for allegedly engaging in schemes to boost prices for cryptocurrency assets. Wouldn't anybody that sits there and hypes up, that's what I don't get about this. Anybody that has a sizable investment in cryptocurrency that hypes it up. Oh, I don't know. Maybe the CEO of a major company.
Yeah. Maybe one of the richest people in the world.
Maybe. Let's just take that for, as an example. That sits there and touts the benefits of crypto.
I think all of that would be similar, right?
If we look at the data, will it reveal that there are spikes whenever marketing is done? Now, who benefits from that pump up of the
jam?
Anyway, the article is by Gabby Delval. Gabby Delval. Or is it Valet? V-A-L-L-E.
Might be Valle.
Valle? Gabby Delvalle? Okay. Well, Nextfund AI, the FBI's Ethereum-based token, was used to investigate price manipulation in crypto markets. 18 people and entities for widespread fraud and manipulation in crypto markets were charged. The defendants allegedly made false claims about their tokens and executed so-called wash trades to create the impression of an active market. The 3 market makers ZM Quant, CLS Global, and MyTrade allegedly wash traded or conspired to wash trade on behalf of NextFund AI, an Ethereum-based token that they didn't realize was created by the FBI.
So I think this goes beyond the pumping up. I mean, I think that's a problem too, but this is like the fake trades.
Yeah. So, but people buying a bunch of crypto because somebody says, hey, this stuff is really cool, that's fake too, because it's inorganic.
Yeah, and plus it's tied to the person being able to profit from it, right? It's not like some random person saying it that doesn't have any stake in it.
Right. Yeah. Well, let's not talk about money, because the moment you do that, particularly in the relation to this, it's like advertisers holding them hostage by saying something about money. Oh, and then they don't actually advertise on the platform. Oh, never mind. I'm getting a little distracted. Let's move on. The next article is over in Non Sequitur News. Porsche to recall over 27,000 EVs in U.S. over battery short circuit risk. Porsche's recalling the Taycan electric vehicles. So I think I know of a dentist maybe that needs to get theirs out of the garage.
Oh.
Yeah. So the recall affects 27,527. That's a thingamajobber. Oh, no, it's not. If it was 27,572, it would have been a
palindrome.
Palindrome. Thank you. It's a big word. Anyway, if they were built between October 21st, 2019 and February 1st, 2024, according to NHTSA, there's a safety recall. The problem has been narrowed down to a cell block module in the LG Chem produced batteries used in the Taycan. And Porsche doesn't actually know which cars have the problem and says it can't get the analytics to check. That's interesting.
It is interesting, since it seems like every manufacturer seems to be able to control all kinds of things about your car.
I mean, they know about my colonoscopy results, for crying out loud. Umar Shakir over at TheVerge.com put the article together. The model will need a software update at the dealership to enable battery monitoring. So, the problem's been narrowed down to just a cell block. So, to determine whether the issue is present, Porsche is advising owners to go to a dealership to install the diagnostic software. Then they'll update. Oh, don't like the turn of phrase here. The update will be a final remedy for this result. Yeesh.
It sounds very
ominous.
Final, my God. Devastating.
Anyway, Audi is also recalling 6500 e-tron GT and RS vehicles for the same reason, as those EVs share the same platform as the Taycan. You know what I don't get? There seems to be a lot of battery-related issues.
I think that's an understatement.
I mean, they should be charged with something. Next article is over in the Mobile Channel. Hockey fans in Utah crush stadium beer record at first game. The Utah Hockey Club, yes, that's really their name, played their first ever game on Wednesday and won. And who knows who else won? The arena beer vendors, because Delta Center's record was broken for alcohol purchases at a sporting event. While this is literally the hockey team's first game, the Delta Center has been storied home of the NBA Utah Jazz for 33 years, which is older than the author, according to the author, Kyle Philippi.
Do you bet he's a day under that? So that's why he made that statement.
Yeah, totally flexing. So so the arena saw $120,000 worth of beer sales in Utah's inaugural game.
Is this the movie ticket problem all over again?
So let's see. They don't say how many beers were actually sold, but if we were to find out, let's see. Where's it? So Delta Center beer prices. I
Well,
wonder if
it
there's
says that the prices lined up with the typical cost, but that's compared to current pricing, not from way back.
Right. So a year ago, they say it was $7 a bottle. No. That was for water. Dear God.
$7 for water?
Yeah. And that was actually a week ago now. Dasani,
It's probably $8 now.
But then here they have a picture that says that it was $2 Dasani bottled water. I'm confused. So $2 for water. I don't know. I can't get distracted this much. Okay, so I find it really interesting because at the same time, there's a problem with apparently beer is declining overall. So.
Oh, right, that's right. So that doesn't really make sense here.
Yeah, maybe everybody is not drinking elsewhere, but then they are like binging here at hockey games in Utah.
Special events, yeah. Or maybe nobody's drinking beer except at this hockey game.
They're all coming here. Only inaugural games. Let's keep going. This next article is over in Four-Wheel Tech. Solid-state batteries need proven benefits over lithium-ion to become EV market player. As solid-state batteries continue to evolve, lithium-ion do as well, but I won't be able to read all of this. Hannah Lutz is the author. It's over at Automotive News. You may be able to out there in ohmTown, but I can't because I have this limited... I never log in time, So they need a clear advantage over tried and true lithium ion cells, these solid state batteries. What I don't get from this is lithium ion, when they touch air, they go bananas and it takes thousands of hours, well, thousands of gallons and hours to put them out.
The fires, like
the fire
ignite, yeah.
And I don't know if that is the case. I don't know if that is the case. There, according to my information, is that they're considered lower risk of fire than lithium ion. Because basically the electrolyte is lost and then they're done.
Well, I mean, that would be a win because we've seen articles where it takes like days to put out a fire from this.
Yeah. So, and it has a wider operating range for temperature. And like I said, once the electrolyte is lost, then it's no longer an operating battery. So that alone, and the fact that you're not using open pit mines for lithium. Yeah.
Well, that's a much better win for, I don't know, the people working in the mines.
Humanity. All right, let's keep going. The next article is over in Stock Marketeers. Actress Michelle Williams is asking $35,000 a month for her Southern-style mansion in Brooklyn. It's a 1910 era estate closely resembling the famous house in the movie Gone with the Wind. Kelly Geddes over at MarketWatch.com put this article together. Brokeback Mountain actress Michelle Williams is renting out her historic 6,500 square foot mansion in Brooklyn, New York for the enormous sum of $35,000 a month.
I wonder if you have to sign a long-term lease.
The award-winning star is a savvy real estate wheeler-dealer in the borough, having reportedly sold a townhouse in the Borum Hill neighborhood for $8.8 million in 2014, for which she is understood to have scored well over $7.5 million asking price.
Well, that's a pretty good premium.
In 2020, she snapped up a townhome in Brooklyn Heights for $10.8 million with her then fiancé and now husband, Hamilton director Thomas Kail. I'm sure that it's just shrewd business and not somebody knowing somebody.
No, I'm sure there's no insider access to information in their circles.
Yeah, I mean, there's like pocket listings and stuff like that that real estate agents have. So like if somebody says, hey, you know, I'm looking for a property, they've always got one. And, oh, yeah, here we go. Yeah, so they talk more about it. It has radiant heat flooring that warms the kitchen, which includes the marble counters, 2 dishwashers, and a Le Cornu 6-burner range. See, I know that this is expensive because I have a hard time pronouncing it.
I was going to say because I haven't heard of it.
Let's see here. Yeah, the typing you hear. Oh my God. Okay, well, it depends. I think starts at $10,000.
Oh, so it's in everybody's homes.
After that burn, I'm gonna go sit in the soaking tub. Let's keep moving on. The next article's over in the Non Sequitur news channel over at ohmTown.com, which is the name of this show, and it's a daily show. Well, when I can actually do it. Sometimes I get pulled away.
Sometimes we're a time machine, but we do have an episode for each day.
Every day. I haven't missed a day yet. So not in 2 years, 10 months. All right, Florida. Yeah, okay, knock on wood. So Florida's gas stations are running out of fuel, and Hurricane Milton could have a lasting impact on the state's supply. Florida gas stations are running out of fuel because the hurricane basically has damaged so much. And if the storm damages Port Tampa Bay, it could mean long-term trouble for the gas supply chain. A supply chain expert told Business Insider government assistance may be required now to avoid catastrophe. Well, there were people that were still streaming during this, in the path of this.
Okay, that's just dumb.
Kelsey Vlamis, Catherine Tangalakis-Lippert, and Dominic Reuter put this article together for BusinessInsider.com. And so let's see if they say anything here. By 12 p.m. local time on Wednesday, 24% of Florida gas stations were without fuel, according to Gas Buddy. I don't know where they're at now. Let's see. Oh God, that actually relayed me to Twitter. I should have looked at the URL. Yeah. I don't go to Twitter. It's too wacky.
I suspect the outage is higher now.
Let's scroll down here. Yeah, they don't actually have like yesterday's information. So I don't know really. They say Florida is extremely vulnerable because they don't have any other pipelines, so it's almost like an island, Hyatt said. Sean Hyatt, director of the Business of Energy Transition Initiative at the University of Southern California's Marshall School, told Business Insider that gas is distributed to Central Florida through Port Tampa Bay, and having just one major source of fuel complicates efforts to get gas to people who need it. Way to go. Try that in a small town. Let's move on. The last article for today in the Time Machine episode. See, we ripped through these 10.
That's because you've been like, here's the headline. Okay, next article.
Taylor Swift. Look, I have been so worried about this that I haven't been able to sleep.
Oh, you rushed to get to this article?
Yes. Because I want to know where I can go get the Phase It makeup patches that Taylor Swift wore to make her glitter freckles. So now thousands of Swifties around the world are wearing glitter freckles, if they can get their hands on them, that is. Thank God I have a stash of these. Ugh, I am so happy now. So Anna Tingley over at Variety.com put this article together. So there you go. Yes, you slap these on and you end up looking like what?
He'll definitely be as popular and rich and famous as Taylor Swift.
Yep, and on the cover of magazines. After the pop star wore Phase It, I think it's probably Phase It, which really doesn't sound good. Makeup patches to the Chiefs game on Monday, glittering temporary tattoo freckles speckled across her cheekbones and nose. The relatively unknown beauty brand instantaneously blew up. 2 days later, Aliette Boodleman, the small business co-founder, posted a video on TikTok of her sobbing over the inundation of orders with the caption, POV, Taylor Swift is wearing your glitter freckle brand Phase It at the Chiefs game.
I mean, entire brands are made or broken because somebody like Taylor Swift wears them. That's very interesting.
So by last report, the sales jumped 2,500%. So that's what they look like. Instant glam. So are you going to go get some of those for your digital persona since you don't have a body?
Yeah, maybe I'll get digital versions of those. I mean, everybody needs glitter freckles.
I'm wearing them now. All right. Well, you can hear me scream as I rip off these temporary tattoo glitters. Glitter whatever. What do they call them? Glitter freckles. That's right. So I used the wrong glue on my, just so everybody knows, I used the wrong adhesive on my glitter freckles, and they are permanently bonded to my face.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like to your hands or something, because adhere them before you actually put them on.
I won't tell you where else I put them. But that's the end of ohmTown.com's non sequitur news show for October 10th, 2024. Sound good?
Sounds good. Good night, ohmTown citizens. Thanks for joining us for Non Sequitur News.
Ta-ta.